Woohoo.
Well, there we are. We're live. Hello, people.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
All right, great show. Have a good night, everyone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, shortest show in the world. Yeah. Who do we have in the chat? We have Green Thunder, Armskiller, Gingerman Ron, Crappy Player, and Coupon Dally, who's on the stream. So, yeah.
No, Chippins.
Hello.
Who is my Lord, Savior, and Jesus right now? Chippins.
Aw.
Probably the nicest person on the stream as well. Probably the nicest person we're ever going to have on the stream.
Yeah, I know, right? She calls nigga Lil. She's that polite.
It was hard. It was hard. I did it a couple times, but I don't know.
That polite, people. Yep.
Yeah, let's just get started, I guess.
Do that.
Mansu supermarket chain after being cheated out of 0.0808 cents. A Chinese man recently took a supermarket chain to court after allegedly being cheated out of 0.04 yuan, fuck knows, Chinese currency. Because the checkout clerk rounded down to the change he was owed. Like, really, man? Really?
Yeah, I guess they're that hurting for money over there, man. 0.048, whatever. That's a lot of money, man. Like, they could have bought a house at that.
Yeah, where in Detroit?
A yacht?
Probably Detroit.
No, Prince Chadwick.
Leave Detroit
McDonald's?
alone.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
The plaintiff, named only as Xiao, claimed that after shopping at Yonghai superstores and offering 55 yuan, $8.16, for groceries worth 54.76 yuan, $8.12, he was only given 0.20 yuan as change instead of 0.24 he was owed. He didn't really need 0.04 yuan, but he considered the supermarket's rounding system to be cheating. So he decided to sue them, draw attention to the practice, hoping it would get fixed. Just me being Scottish, I kind of respect this guy.
Yeah.
Just the persistent.
It's not the money, it's the point.
It's the point about it.
It's the principles. Stick to your principles.
Exactly, yeah. Eventually, you could save up and buy a fucking burger or something with that money. You know,
Yeah,
give it a
I know.
year.
You can afford that stick of gum he's been saving up for.
You're just so damn mad.
I paid 55 yuan cash. They gave me 0.2 yuan in change. They illegally took 0.04 yuan, Mr. Chow said in a short interview with Pair Video. By filing the lawsuit, I only wanted them to return the 0.04 yuan. That should be mine. Thing is, you'd have to go through all the fucking wire costs and shit as well. It's like,
There's no
Yeah.
cost for principles. Yeah. No cost. Too great for some moral decency and virtue signals. You owe me that McDonald's burger and change.
it's not even McDonald's burger. I mean, like, you have to save up an entire year to get a McDonald's burger out of that money.
Well,
I just wanted to say no to. On you go.
it's a principle. The principles matter, man. Principles count.
If I get charged deposit on something that doesn't have deposit, I freak the fuck out. So I understand what he's upset about.
I definitely understand that, especially when I'm looking at a receipt for a car part and I'm sitting here looking at it. Core charge for what? I brought you the core.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Green Thunder says, I think Detroit would have been there if that one mayor didn't have all the money. Steal all the money.
Yeah.
just makes me so damn mad.
I just wanted to say no to the business's unlawful practice. Unreasonable. Who's having a coughing fit?
You gonna
Sorry,
live?
my brother's dying. It's our first cigarettes of the day. We've been up all night working.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Doing those lungs good.
Puff, puff,
That's
yeah.
good, man.
Gotta jumpstart them somehow.
Hello, functional.
Good
All right, I'm gonna
priorities,
mute
good man.
myself. I'm gonna get high,
All right.
but I'll be.
Unlawful practice and unreasonable lose rules by pursuing a lawsuit. This matter was recognized at legal level and hopefully attracts society's attention. Basically, he's wasting a load of money just so he can prove a point, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
All over the sake of a few pence.
Well, there's the thing. If the company is going to steal half a penny from him, he's going to steal half a penny from the next guy and half a penny from the next guy. And
Office
once you know it. Yeah.
Well, you know it, it's gonna be like $5.
This allow.
There we go.
It adds up.
Before you know it, after they do this to a couple hundred, after they do this to a couple hundred customers, it's going to be like, they sold that apple without actually selling it.
Yeah, that $5. You owe now. You pay.
That's why I get so upset about paying deposit on things that doesn't have deposit. Because eventually I could have bought another monster for as much as I. It's freaking ridiculous. It's theft.
Freaking ridiculous.
It's freaking ridiculous.
Now you're just sounding Indian again. Welcome to Microsoft Tech Support. Can I help you?
You're being freaking ridiculous.
Have you tried turning off your grocery store and turning it back on?
That's another 7 years added to the prison sentence. It's gonna be life by now.
He's probably a woman. Get the man to serve you. He do it right. Men know math.
Yeah, well, I think I've just added another 7 years to my prison sentence. Probably gonna be life now.
I mean, women know how to do math. 1 woman plus 2 men equals 1 baby.
Plus 2 men. What?
What?
Women don't know how to do math. They think 1 woman plus 2 men equals 1 baby.
Okay.
That was meant to be mental gymnastics, just in case you wanted to know.
Zhao showed his receipt, which clearly showed he had been cheated out of his change. As evidence, the defense lawyer for Yonghai Superstores had no choice but to admit that his client's mistake and apologized to both the plaintiff and the general public.
Oh my god, it's young high prices. Young high cheap change.
Yeah, women are funny. Hello, Batman. You're probably going to want to link, aren't you?
Hey, Batman.
Patriarchy.
Hey, Ginger Man, too.
I said hello to him earlier.
Right?
The method of giving change by rounding up or down does not fully respect the customer, not fully respect the consumer's rights, and causes widespread inconvenience, the lawyer said.
Oh, he'd hate it in Canada then, because we took out the pennies, so now everything is rounded up or down.
Why don't you just make everything a 5 or a 0, and then a 5 or a 0?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
If,
Ginger Man.
since we don't have any pennies, if it comes out to, $5.53, they ran down to $5.50.
Don't
but
say it.
$5.56, it goes back up to $5.60. It's retarded.
Somebody help me. My wife is giving me a look like you are an idiot.
Oh, good on her.
Actually, if women suddenly
Don't
finding a
make eye
banana skin
contact.
by standing on it, it's quite funny.
Don't make
Yeah,
eye contact. Just stare straight ahead.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, I kind of deserve it.
Well,
I deserve it. Well, the thing is, I just tried to turn into a way station,
It's a force of
So-
habit.
Yeah, something I only have to go into when I'm working.
Yeah, it's a force of habit then.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. She should have frowned and shook her head and all those
No,
things.
she's smiling but shaking her head.
You should have given him the look just for kicks.
I'm good.
Assert your woman dominance, woman. You got it. You might as well use it.
A judge at the Yankai District People's Court in Yan Foreign Province ordered. Wait, Pumpkin Trucker can transform into a way station. Yeah, well, I guess that's why his lorry can transform into that. I guess it's a transformer lorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Optimus Prime.
No, actually, it weighs more than Optimus Prime.
Well, there we go.
Does it not?
Probably. But
What, my
still.
truck? No, it weighs about the same.
I think in terms of length, I think you're bigger, or smaller.
I'm a little smaller now, yeah. I'm in a... I'm not even sure what the hell to say. Not quite an SUV, a crossover, I guess they call them.
I think I would just call it a people carrier, basically.
Yeah, that'll work.
Soccer mom.
It's a Mitsubishi.
Oh my god, you really are a soccer mom. Awesome.
Batman, to be honest, I'm not bothered. It's going to be a slow day anyway because GPP's only, so... Judge at the Foreign District the other day, I read this. Ordered Yonghai stores to pay Zhao the change he was owed, as well as the 51 in legal fees. That may seem insignificant, but to the plaintiff, he actually reached his goals as news of the unusual case went viral on social media, gaining lots of support from the public. Let's know it's just not the scholars that are cheap.
Wait, did he
welcome
make the
me.
grocery store pay for his legal fees?
Yeah, because he won
Oh.
the case.
Okay, so
Nice.
congratulations. Now all the produce and everything is going to go up in price. Everybody has to pay higher prices now because of that motherfucker. Good job, you motherfucker.
The guy don't mind, at least you're trying. Trying what? This is not a waste of Jujutsu resources. This is a way of correcting. This is the correct way of using Jujutsu resources. The courts would be supportive if 4-1 or 400-1. They're all the same. It's not just about the amount of money. One weeaboo.
It's
User
about pettiness, you cunts. What a dick.
I think this gentleman was right to change his defenders' rights. Many supermarkets practice it, on the person commented. Well, fair enough. I mean, Chadwick, you're muted. If you're talking, he might be talking to his brother or something.
Or maybe he's coughing. You never know. Those lungs, they get a little fickle every now and again.
No, he looks like he's talking.
Actually, more...
The moral of what? 14 people, only 7 likes. Come on, people, you can do better than that.
Yeah, guys. Come on, man. Don't forget that like button.
Can you say shut up in a Scottish accent? Well, there you go, I just did. If you want me to say stuff, you could just go to the Streamlabs and the link in the description.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
but
even
you
get
gotta
them
use
to
the
say
real
crazy
accent, not your slowed down accent.
Exactly.
Yeah. That costs money.
Yeah, and you couldn't understand it anyway, so basically it's a waste of your money. But
Money well spent then.
yep.
Hey, Laddie, give him some money so he can talk in a real Scottish accent, unlike the Canadian that's just making fun of him.
And if you
I'm
give him
spending
more
in
money, give Scotty lots of money and he'll sing for you.
Yeah. If you give him like 50 bucks,
Batman,
I
if you
bet
pay
he'll
me,
do
yes,
the
I can.
biggest thing.
I'm not singing for free.
Yeah, $50, and I'm sure he'll even wear the beard again.
We only ever sung once on the stream for free, and that was because I had to do a bet.
What's a good price on that?
$50.
Like
and
what
he'll
would be
dance
your lowest like line to sing that?
10 pounds.
10. Okay.
I'm
Jesus,
cheaper.
really? That's it. I know what I'm doing compared to.
You're gonna pay me
I'll
to
do
sing
it for
stuff.
$1.
Yeah. What the fuck not, man? It's really just gonna be $10.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
You're right.
Is someone on fire?
I think that might be
That's what I
Brett.
thought.
That might be Brett.
Oh.
Alright.
Because I know she was having
Right.
audio problems earlier on the stream.
Oh, it is Brit. Hey, Brit, what's up?
Sounded like her mic was on fire.
Hi.
Sorry, I meant for you to say shut up like an exaggerated Scottish accent. Well, pay me then.
That would be your real accent.
Come on. You're gonna get me to say stuff, you could at least.
Can I pay you to talk like that bastard?
Why are you wasting your money to make me say stuff?
Because this is actually amazing. Can I seriously pay you to say stuff by like fat bastard?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Honestly, I would prefer So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Can opinionated
That's
Scotsman
a good
investigate
movie.
Brit Game ago?
Hello.
Court orders man to stop using toilet.
Wow. Jesus.
Wait,
A New
what?
Zealand man has been ordered by a court to stop using his toilet. Says he's been unfairly vilified as a result.
Okay. I have too many questions.
What's he supposed to do? Shit in a shoebox?
Bag it and keep it, I guess.
What is
Throw
this
it out
shit
the
too
side
much?
window like the old days for people to, walk under. I don't know.
Ginger man, it wasn't Tom because this is a New Zealand, not Australia. The Environment Court this month issued an environment notice against Dean Brown, preventing him from flushing his toilet in his house on the outskirts of Hastings after the resource consent for his septic system expired in May 2017. Mr. Brown from Hawke's Bay said he'd been made out as if he was poisoning the people of Napier and Hastings, whose drinking water comes from the foreign fire, which the septic system runs top of. The fuck?
I'll be out here.
But if you're
First-
talking, that sounded like fucking.
First her house is burning down, and now she's possessed.
Now she sounds just like upset stomach on a toilet. At least it was a good
Satan, is that you?
Yeah, you're.
What, has this guy got toxic shit, or is he just doing too much?
His,
Well, you know, God, I
septic
mean,
license
technically-
expired.
Technically, I could just do a normal accent because Scottish accent would technically count as a British accent, so yeah. But
Alright, I don't know if I'm high or whatnot, but go back to that article. I have too many questions about this. I'm just dumbfounded why they tell him not to use his toilet.
Because his septic tank had expired and it needs to be up to date or some bullshit
But
like
still,
yeah,
there's got to be more to that. There's ways to get around that. That shit happens up here all the time.
which the septic site sits on top of. So it sits on top of the water supply where the people's water comes from.
Mm-hmm. So does mine. If mine's split, there's things that we can do to fucking stop that from happening, though.
I guess they have low tolerance for that shit over wherever the fuck that guy's from. New Zealand or whatever?
Fucking New Zealand. Man, they need to get over themselves. Aren't they fucking full of fresh water? I've seen fucking The Hobbit. There's lots of water there.
Well, I guess if you start shitting in a lake, maybe they'll redact that.
Yeah, there you go, Batman. Check Discord.
Sorry, Jet.
He's on top of the aquifer.
Yeah.
There's lots of water under him.
He said the solid waste was filtered out of the system and contained in a tank, which was collected and disposed of separately. Yeah, but that's because I can't be arsed with the constant beeping, that's why. Yeah, wasteland which has been filtered into, then sprinkled on grass, Mr. Brown said. The solids go into one tank and then the water passes over into the central tank.
Uh-huh.
And that does it. Bubbling, and it's got bacteria that clean the water up. Once it is done its final job there, it then trickles into the final tank, which is pretty much 90% clean water, he said.
Yep, that's how one works.
Clearly it's not clean water for him. It's not clean enough for them then, I guess.
He's probably got a broken wall.
Yeah, Mr. Brown said when he brought the...
Cleaned out, they explained all that.
Yeah, Mr. Brown said when he bought the property, he was unaware that the resource consent was about to expire.
It's just expiration.
Buyer beware.
Jesus.
That'll be at them too.
Check your shit tanks. You might get screwed over by that shit.
Yeah, me a Batman now.
Batman!
Hello.
Batman.
Me.
Oh,
That
that'd
looks
be great.
like a great place to avoid buying.
Yeah, it does.
Man,
And
that
then
shit-
again, it is New Zealand, so I think you just avoid it anyway.
Well, you know what New Zealand is, don't you? It's the posh version of Australia.
Oh, it's nice, like like the Wales of Australia, really, isn't it? It's the Wales of the South.
Yeah, kind of. Well, the posh wheels of the south.
Yeah, they're too good for doing sheep. They gotta move up to goats.
At least New Zealand didn't get beaten in the war against a bunch of birds.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you really need a license for war in New Zealand. One more reason to never go there.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
you've
you
got
take
a
your shoes off.
license
Your
for
feet
that,
get
Walter.
your feet get tickled.
What
Tickles, doesn't it?
the
Don't
hell?
take your shoes off.
He said the Hawke's Bay Regional Council asked him to make updates to the system.
Right.
It was going
Can
to
you
cost-
can you type one in the chat if you're worried about Pumpkin Trucker at the moment?
What? My son took his shoes off so his feet get tickled.
Yeah.
This is how he learns to keep his shoes on.
I thought you were referring to Tourette's or something.
It's my
Might
son.
even be that. You never know. He could have Tourette's.
Tourette's, the best a man can get. Oh, sorry.
I work with a guy right now that has Tourette's. It's freaking hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Tourette's, a best a man can.
I'm
Fuck
sorry
you!
if anyone has Tourette's,
Yeah,
but
hello, Honey Monster.
Hello, Honey Monster.
hilarious.
Have you learned the trick to Tourette's yet? The
Mm,
trick to Tourette's, to get them to mimic something, is to figure out what syllables the brain latches onto. So, for example, my ex-boyfriend, it was 3 syllables or 1 syllable. So you could go ping, and he'd be saying that all day. Or you could say, fuck the dog. And he would say fuck the dog all day. So, yeah, you got to figure out the
That's
syllable
mean.
combination for Tourette's to mimic you. After that, that guy's fucked.
Yeah, and how often do Tourette's sufferers use their condition to get away with swearing and insulting people?
I'm
That's right.
back.
This guy's doing it. I swear, whenever a customer comes near us, he starts twitching and say like making like a bird call. I can't mimic it, but
Caw-caw.
he's like ah, ah.
Actually, you actually broke me on here today.
That's amazing. I want to play with that guy's
He's
Tourette's
doing it
now.
on
So
purpose.
He sounded like a person that would just like be a dick.
Oh, I was a dick, man. I got Bill to say so many things. Look at the dog. Fuck our cookies. Bastard shit ass. Like, his mom was so annoyed at me most of the time. And it was awesome. I even got him one point saying Walmart. He just go around going, Walmart.
All we
Walmart,
need
fuck you, Walmart.
is to find somebody in Antifa who suffers from Tourette's and condition them so that they can't help shouting out Heil Hitler.
Yeah, I would do that.
Oh, I should have done that. Damn, I wish I knew that was funny back then.
Anyway, don't go to New Zealand. New Zealand's a shithole. They don't let you do. They don't let you take a shit.
Yep.
Fuckers.
Yeah, don't go to Australia because the smaller anything is over there, the deadlier it is.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, not like a resume on a graduation paper, like low-key a license. Yeah, well, what country do you need a license to have work?
They're so authoritarian, they even control how you shit.
You know, they also ban books and stuff as well.
You have a license for that?
I wish I could joke.
Yep.
I wish I could joke about authoritarian regulations for work, but I actually have to prove that I sleep.
That stands to reason. You being a trucker and all that with the ridiculously long roads.
Yep, they're about as long as the country.
I think it would be amusing to at random intervals on American highways. You know, the big interstate ones. That's miles and miles of straight road. Random intervals, just replace the road surface with something that looks like the road surface, but which is actually a highly elasticated, bouncy surface.
What's really ironic is actually down south. I want to say it's either Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
It's either Arkansas or Alabama. The interstates there is like up to 40% rubber, like recycled tires.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, I mean that would give the gym boys a shock, wouldn't it? When the speed over the top of the steep hill.
Well, that's nothing. Half of California's women are made out of plastic.
Anyway, yeah, Tony Monster, Seek Isle.
The other halves were made out of silicone.
Yeah.
Anyway, Greg's stormed by vegan protesters wearing pig masks and drenched in blood. Yeah, vegan activists wearing pig masks and drenched in fake blood stormed the branch in Greg's in Brighton yesterday. Of course, it was fucking Brighton.
These people need to seriously have one humongous smack across their face with a smelly fish.
I don't know.
Maybe get more therapy. I don't know. Be therapized.
Or you could stick blind girl's stick up their arse. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. That works.
No, she's busy using it herself.
The worst part is these people who do these stupid ass stunts like this. They're not realizing that. Take over in the U.S. Seattle, I think it is. There's a was it PETA? I think it is a chapter or like a division or chapter, whatever you want to call it, a PETA over there.
Yeah, because the main one is here in Norfolk.
Yeah, but they're protesting. They're protesting meat by doing all these stunts at Whole Foods, and all it's done is just shot the sales at Whole Foods up, way the hell up, because they're just hanging around at this point, saying what the fuck's going to happen next.
I think it's just a ploy for attention. That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it. Hell, for a while I was hanging around near the PETA headquarters in Norfolk, just because I wanted to see what dumb broad will walk her ass out the front of the building naked this week.
and you notice it's nearly always the
Ugly
spoiled,
ass ones.
Well, that and the spoiled rich kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle class and above.
I mean, that girl in the picture there. If I was working for Greg's, I'd go grab the hose, connect it up, and just spray her clean.
I'd force feed her a baguette.
Well, the game with bacon and sausage and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, dipped in bacon juice.
Yeah.
Just shoved it right in her face.
Yes,
I
yes.
taste bitch. You want to try some of my bacon?
My answer to them would be yes. We at Greg's are doing something to help the vegan cause. Where every penny spent on the bacon double cheeseburger at Greg's will go towards the vegan charity.
Wait a minute.
That's kind of like that's just redundant. What?
It's
It's
amazing. Every time you buy a
Taking
burger,
me-
we'll donate to a vegan charity. That would be.
The Greg's even do
ironically
burgers. I haven't been in Greg's in a while.
No, they don't do
no.
burgers. They do those bacon bap things in the morning. Bacon and
Well-
sausage baps.
Oh yeah, I made a Twitter post outlining the 3 stupidest groups online. Number 1 being the flat earthers.
Of course.
Number 2 being young Earth creationists, and number 3, Remainers.
Oh wow.
That's the Pierre Elman's third then, isn't it? Pierre Elman
Yeah,
and
there we go.
third in the stupid list.
Honestly, though, okay, let's say you were thinking about going vegan, right? Is this going to attract you to their cause, like at all whatsoever?
No, but what it
Yeah.
does do is drive attention towards them. Though. I think that's what they want.
It's all about me and my opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. It's all
Girl,
about
mine,
me.
that girl's not hot at all.
Hey, if all the animals that humans ate were hideous to behold, do you think there'd be any vegans?
Wait, hold on. Britt, do that voice again.
No, I can't do it again.
Come on, I gotta try to pick out because I heard some Valley Girl in there, heard some Alabama in there.
Every time she does it, her IQ drops a few more points. Don't do it.
Oh,
She's really
I
in the
know.
minus.
It's
She doesn't
just
have any to begin with.
totally
She's from Birmingham.
bad.
Fuck off. I've got an IQ of 124. Just don't know how to fucking use it. So, meh.
Exactly.
Rick,
That dumb
Rick,
voice.
Rick.
No, but like we got to worry about the animals, guys. I mean,
Oh, I know.
come on.
It's
Let's
all
just,
about
you
me.
dropping-
Yeah,
it's all about me
It's
and like what
I
Daddy
know,
wanted me
I
to
also
do. You know, it's like you know.
It's all
Right, if you're
about
gonna be like that, my
me.
IQ's 135, so there you go. I
Brit,
beat you, so.
Brit, when it comes to IQ, it's considered cheating when you move the decimal point 2 places to the right.
Right.
Sitting there working that one out now.
Yeah, I think I would question
There's
your
no
IQ
decimal
score.
point to 124. There's no actual decimal point in there. What?
Yes, because you moved it 2 points to the right.
1.24. Fuck off.
I could have been crueler and said 3 points to the right.
Bollocks.
Or
We'll have
even
to say an
4
extra day on the 124 IQ score then. Sure.
I actually do have. I've actually had one of those called now logic tests.
Yeah, but mine was
Yes,
like 100.
yes, I did do a logic test. And
Yeah,
124.
when we were at school back in the 70s, we actually did a proper IQ test. It was actually for educational records, and mine was about, I believe, 142.
Yeah, well,
So I'm just above
downside to that,
average.
depending on what year you
Yeah.
took that test, technically, every 10 years they make that test harder. So technically, Britt took the harder test than you.
Yeah, but I've seen the modern IQ tests, and an idiot could do them. And,
Thanks.
Dumb it down now.
but
You don't have to know
qualify
anything.
this statement. Brit is not an idiot. She's far too intelligent to be an idiot.
You know, I'm a moron.
The one
No.
I took
No, I just said
fucking
you're
Not at all.
15 years
Be an
ago
idiot.
and the one that's out today are totally different.
Yes, they
Um,
are. In fact, the IQ tests have been made harder every 10 years.
I don't think it's harder. I don't know if I just keep continuously just staying up to date with knowledge, but it's totally different than what I took in school.
Yes, and it actually, because every year when they were doing the exact same IQ test, more and more and more people were passing them with like no problems at all. So every 10 years, they've actually had to increase the intensity of the IQ test to get an accurate depiction.
That's proof
So
of genetics
technically-
right there.
Britt's smarter than Batman.
Where's Scotty? What are we supposed to do now?
That's
I'm
entirely
having a
possible
pleasure.
because once you get to a certain age, your IQ does tend to go down a little bit.
Once you
Oh,
get to a certain
fuck.
age, you
I'm
start to forget
120.
how
I'm
smart you are.
100, 115 now then. Bollocks.
Did you guys know I'm a part of Mensa?
Which part?
I'm just kidding.
DM.
Go on, which part?
No, seriously, I'm just joking.
I was in
She's
Mensa
just sitting
once.
there, sitting on that. Did you
I was
know
trying
that
to
I'm
do
part of
something
Mensa?
self-deprecating, okay?
What's
Hey,
You
what's that?
ruined it, Batman.
Maria,
Scotty, how did you get here?
I was in Mensa once.
I don't doubt it.
I only popped
Who
in.
did you mess her with?
No, I was going to say I only popped in to use the toilet.
Oh,
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When a
Scotty
man
has
and a
returned.
woman love each other very much, they do a special little dance and make a baby.
Oh my fucking Christ! I'm
Oh.
gonna murder my fucking internet company. I swear to fucking
In
Christ.
quite honesty, I think there's several different types of intelligence, if I'm to be honest, in the way I think.
Scotty,
Yeah,
to be
you're
blunt, how
correct.
some of the cancer growth.
What?
You think your internet
You're
That's
company
okay,
was dying when it
sweetie.
did.
I've got an excuse. It's the way I think.
Hold
Sorry,
on,
my
people. Come 11 at a time, please.
As I was saying, Cuban, you are correct. There are, in fact, several different types of intelligence.
Yes, there are.
Yep. And I have them all in a
Okay,
small
Batman.
jar on my shelf.
Anyway, fuck me, man.
No thanks, you're Scottish.
You're too far away, dude.
Only if I can strangle you at the same time.
Ooh.
Sorry, man. You're too far away, man.
Now I feel sorry for Peter.
Now we know that Brit likes auto asphyxiation.
I don't actually. I'm just joking.
Joking.
I prefer
Just
strangling.
kidding.
I prefer it when he strangles me.
Well, there you go.
Oh, hey.
I'll be able to stream live.
This is just getting worse and worse every second.
So
I
anyway,
know, isn't it
You
fun?
know,
So anyway,
this type of talk is meant for my show.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna read the stream lives and we're gonna get back to the news. This isn't.
but yeah, what's next on the news?
Wait till I've
After
read the
his
stream
stream
lives.
He's got to read his donation. He's probably gonna have to sing something. I hope he has to sing something. Please, somebody donate £10. Come on, guys, you can do it. I don't get paid until 2 days from now, so I can't do it today.
The Batman says impersonate blind girl. Right. Should I do this then?
that was good
Play some
enough.
hockey, eh? It's a good time to go outside and play some hockey.
You got to get the voice right as well.
I can't do Canadian accent.
I mean, come on, you've got to at least
No,
try.
I was you. I would have at least tried to do the you deep throat. The
Yeah, if I was you, I would have at least tried to do the voice as well. Eh?
You gotta at least try and go out and say, "Let outside and play some hockey, eh?"
There we go.
Puff puff.
I'm
bitch.
sorry, my internet chirped for a second. What were we talking about?
Don't know, eh?
Puff puff, bitch. I like it. Hats off to you, Scotty. You got it.
Yeah, but I think I did a better one.
Hey,
Eh?
Daddy, tell me a story.
Hey!
That was good.
Oh, wow. Who put that door there?
Hey,
Hey!
Eh?
Hey,
Hey!
Wait. Scotty,
Listen,
say that
buddy.
again.
You, Canadian kid, what's the first letter of the alphabet?
Hey,
Eh?
thanks for the money, Batman.
It's all right.
Scotty, say that again.
Eh?
Why?
because it was awesome.
Man.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Scotty, have you ever seen Dad's Army?
I've seen little bits of it, yeah.
Can you say in the voice of Private Fraser, "You'll not get me gold"?
No, what did you sound like?
You'll not get me gold.
You'll not get me gold.
That's
Yes!
Well, I think we find a new donation thing now. Give me a say so. Anyway, student says he gave cookies containing grandfather's ashes to classmates.
Oh,
Nice.
this one.
Aw.
Oh, this is gross.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
wow.
I approve.
well,
Put your grandfather into the fucking cookie.
who did she
Imagine
hate?
you're the one taking a bite of that cookie.
Hold on. Who did she hate here? Her grandfather or her fellow students?
Sounds like
Both.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking little bitch.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, this is a little dusty, you know, I may need some milk or something.
Gives me a bit of dry mouth.
Yeah. I would
Can you imagine her shock at the student who came back and asked for another one? And she they got my grandfather's ashes in there, and he goes, "And?"
not to
She was
sound
trying to
like
make
a
nice cookies and misread the ingredients.
not to sound like a feminazi or anything, but I would feel spiritually raped. Like, ew.
You forced him in me.
I literally gave him oral.
If I was a grandfather, I'd feel raped as well because it was not with my consent.
Right? I
I'm
didn't,
being
got
eaten by,
oral.
being
It's
eaten,
not
and being
all.
eaten dead, literally. Just
And children at that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
fucking, it's like being cooked twice.
Oh,
A student in
Who thinks of
Dave's,
stuff
It's as
like
bad as
this?
that
Like,
guy who smoked his dad in oh god, was it a spliff? I can't remember who it was.
oh yeah, I heard about that.
where are you from where this is okay?
it's
Hey?
in California.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh, there you go.
A student
Oh.
in Davis, California, has claimed that around 2 weeks ago, she and a co-conspirator gave 9 classmates cookies containing her grandfather's ashes.
Ew.
At least some of the students were aware there were ashes in the cookies before they consumed them, but they still ate them.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
What?
Oh.
That's just
I think, really speaking, once they're ashes, you can't really classify them as human remains because there's no DNA in them, no nothing.
There
in them.
is, but there is ownership of those ashes. When
Yeah.
I had to get my mom's ashes, I had to sign ownership of them.
yes. I assume like if the grandmother's like the widow, then she would have ownership of the ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, stole ashes from the grandmother. And
Yeah. That's
Why have I got the Powerpuff Girls going through my head now?
What?
I got the Powerpuff song going through my head.
what?
sugar, spice, and everything nice.
No.
Sugar, spice, and all the ashes.
Trying to save the world.
That's not the
No.
Powerpuff Girls song.
Now because you said going through my head, I've got I've got that.
That's not the Powerpuff Girls song.
Now because Brick Gamer said going through my head, I've got that pretty that Russian girl group in my mind now.
Huh?
Yeah, Tattoo.
Hello.
All the things you
Oh,
said.
I
all the
love
things you said.
Tattoo. Tattoo's amazing.
Yep.
I like the
I
girl
think-
with dark
I think it
hair.
is.
She was cute.
I like the
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the one with breasts.
Yeah, the
No,
redhead.
but that's not the Powerpuff Girls song.
No.
Should be.
Powerpuff Girls is
Sugar, spice,
intro.
And all the ashes.
everything
nice.
nice.
These are
Yeah,
the
but-
ingredients to make the perfect little girls.
I'm pretty sure the actual song was
Just in
just
time.
Anyway,
The
Wish.
Powerpuff Girls. Sorry.
that's not the Powerpuff Girls song in Weast. At least some of the students were made aware of it. Others were apparently horrified when they found out. But it remains unclear why the student felt motivated to bring the desserts with human remains in them to school. Since the cookies have already been eaten, it is unclear how we can be sure they contained ashes at all.
Ugh.
Although a classmate of the alleged perpetrator did say he didn't believe it until she pulled one out the urn. Yeah, maybe
know,
she was just joking with them.
And today on Blue Peter, we'll show you how to make some cookies with some sugar, some spice, and your grandfather's ashes.
I'm hoping she just was fucking with her friends and just had an urn and put some cookies in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Don't that way, like,
It
I
was
hope
just a
so.
joke. The people are fucking serious.
That person is evil.
Yeah.
It's still evil though. Funny, but evil.
True. It's funny on like the joke level, but
On
you should do that to your grandparents.
Yeah.
Ashes or not, that's still the remains of your loved one. Out of respect,
Exactly, yeah.
shouldn't do that. Fucking little bitch.
it's just
Yeah,
disrespectful.
all my friends are
See-
heathens. Take it slow. Wait for them to ask you. You don't know about. You don't know half of the abuse. What are you on about, Green Thunder?
I'll tell you something. For all we know, Grandpa was definitely a pervert, and this was actually one of his last requests.
Wait,
You
is
know,
she?
he
is
got the kid up on his knee and said, "Boy, you know, I want you to take my
Wasn't
ashes,
the boy,
mix
it
them
was
into
the
something."
female.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say Green Thunder. Isn't that the song for heathens?
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I die, I want my ashes to be stealthily inserted into the air, into the air conditioning in the House of Commons.
It wasn't Bob Marley's ashes smoked. It wasn't Bob Marley's ashes smoked.
No, it
just
was
a
one of
rumor.
the rock stars.
Yeah, I heard it was Bob Marley that smoked it. He apparently he got all his friends once he died to like roll a joint and then smoke his ashes or something like that.
Yeah, there was another guy as
Oh,
well.
that's
He
a little
smoked his
different.
dad's ashes.
I want to be put into
I think Keith
pipeline.
Richards snorted his own dad's ashes, thinking it was cocaine, but I don't think it was.
Ew.
I'm sorry if that's
Oh,
your
my
last request. I don't know if
brother's
I could do that. snort your ashes? That'd be
No,
a
he didn't
little.
request it. He just thought he was fucked and he thought it was cocaine, so he snorted it.
Oh. Oops.
Ah, ouch.
Yeah. I
wanna
could imagine
be
Pete
bad
Town- I
at
could-
the contact point.
I could imagine Pete Townsend doing that, but it wouldn't be deliberate just because of the size of that hooter he's got.
What a thing to say. In a letter to parents on Tuesday, the principal of the Da Vinci Chartered Academy maintained there was no health risk at our campus to any of our students. This is now why I will never get cremated. To be fair, I'm skilled, you're dead anyway, so you wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah, I'm dead. I wouldn't care.
My body's going to science.
I don't know, you could probably
My
just stick
body's
me-
going in the sea.
Actually, I'm going to donate my body to a voodoo priest. I
Nice.
just have this fun idea of my body shambling up the main street of my hometown, attacking people.
My
Like
kids can figure out what
zombie-
the fuck is
Yeah.
happening. I don't care.
Yep.
Zombie Batman.
Or you can ask the coroner, like, right in your will, that they stitch you with like put loads of popcorn corns in your body, stitch you up, and when you're about to be cremated, you just explode everywhere.
Firecrackers.
Why popcorn? Popcorn? Wouldn't it be better? Some dynamite and surround the dynamite with nails, and then stitch you up.
Are you Irish?
No, but I get cremated in Ireland.
That's
To
great.
get this story has been taken up by the media, he also wrote, what do you think? Why would you eat a human ash cookie? Personally, I would not choose to eat a human ash cookie. But it does not also sound like the worst thing in the
Thing in
world.
the world. Oh.
Sure, there are definitely human remains in there. Well, so basically, you're saying cannibalism is okay?
Well,
Well-
I mean, you gotta think that the girl that knew that there was ashes in it when she gave them, she was probably standing there listening to all the students go, yeah, wow, what did you put in these? These are so
Yeah.
great. Like,
Right?
It's a secret family ingredient.
Yeah.
Only Grandpa
Yeah,
knows for
passed down
sure.
from my grandfather.
Actually, Britt, I have a pact with somebody in my family who will be alive when I die, and they're going to hide an MP3 player with some relatively powerful speakers in the coffin, and have the remote. And at a certain point during the ceremony, before the coffin gets wheeled, as the coffin's getting wheeled down to the furnace, they're going to activate the remote, and what you're going to hear is bang, bang, bang. Help! Help! I'm not dead! Let me out!
That's fucking unbelievable.
arm skiller, Scotsman may just blow up during the cremation with the amount of alcohol he's consumed. To be honest, I don't think you're wrong, sadly.
Yeah, he won't.
That's why I won't go on the organ donors list and thinking, well, I drank too much and smoked too much for that shit.
Yeah, arms killer.
Nobody's going to want my organs.
Arms killer, you're wrong. He won't explode, but it will take him 3 weeks to put the fire out.
Yeah. You can get drunk off my liver.
And get drunk just by standing next to you, Scotsman.
Not that bad, surely. Anyway,
It's okay, I'm only serious.
what do you think? Since there are technically human remains in there, but it's not like they're recognizable human remains. If you simply must do cannibalism, this will be the best way of doing cannibalism.
No, I
Okay,
think
then.
the best way of doing cannibalism is on one of those survival fucking games online.
This is the principal saying this, by the way.
Yeah.
That's slightly worrying.
I feel like they're just treating it as if it's like nothing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, if this happens, bad joke, whatever.
It's
You know.
okay. It was a white man. Doesn't matter.
If you have to do cannibalism, this is the best version.
Yeah, but it doesn't really count as cannibalism.
Mike Commander in the chat.
White man.
Never mind the sociopath that fucking fed him to
Yeah.
you, sitting there laughing.
Anyways,
That's
anyway,
disgusting.
authorities had not tested the tweets. As of Tuesday, apparently there is. So all this could be a big ado about nothing. Good lesson though. Be suspicious of all sugar cookies. Can't disagree.
I am always dubious about somebody I don't really know, possibly don't really like, giving me something sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Especially old ladies who give you a nice, bright, shiny red apple.
white chicken is the white meat is delicious. I meant chicken, obviously. Fair enough.
Yes, we believe you.
Difference is you're not actually related to that chicken.
Mhm.
How do you know?
Unless your
Yeah,
mum be fucking
conservative.
chickens.
Conservatives don't hate socialism; they just hate equality.
Oh, God.
Yeah, of course they do. Oh, hello, P Dog. Yeah, they want to take away your hand. Did I just see an MN State Princess Butter sculpture? I don't think you did. No.
Hi, Chloe.
Hello, Chloe.
Hello, Chloe. Yes, you did see something about the Princess Butter sculpture.
Yeah,
Oh,
they want to take away your hamburgers. Former Trump aside, and I, Sebastian Gorka, declared in February. This is what Stalin said tonight. America will never be a socialist country. The Conservative Action Conference also audience cheered. The video played on the phone. I waved about. And this is the truthout.org. Yeah, the video game was played on the phone as I waved at Danny, the homeless man who begs for food every morning in the New York Penn Station, and where scores of poor people sleep in chairs or lean on crutches or stand by the delis for change. These folk need more than hamburgers, they need jobs and homes. Yeah, as the 2020 election season starts, Trump has branded socialists will steal property and bring tyranny. That's kind of what they do. That's socialism. By very definition, if they're nationalizing all private industry, that's stealing people's property. The president's fear-mongering contrasts with the actual Green Deal that some Democrats support, but failed to pass in the GOP-controlled Senate. It's a fear-driven ideology by Republicans painting the door as undeserving, marked by the cultural. Fucking hell, this guy's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It's taking so much in me
I hate when they use those words
not to say.
because they make them sound so much worse than what it really is.
Right?
He's not a fearmonger. Is he running around fucking capturing people, putting them into prisons? No.
So afraid
That's
of
happening in other fucking countries, but no one's fucking calling that out. But Trump, that's trying to make us all fucking better, he's a fearmonger.
Can I ask a question of the colonials in the chat?
Yes.
By that I mean Americans. Didn't all the problems that America is now facing stem from the last president's term? Hey?
Every president comes into a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obama tried to play that fucking card the whole time he was there. He's like, I'm just fixing Bush's mess. I'm just fixing Bush's mess.
Yeah.
Well, the first 2 years of Trump's presidency, he fixed damn near everything Obama did and did half the shit he promised.
But then Obama
I'm
said that
just
was
saying.
because of his like his stuff not
Yeah, he
coming
tried
into
to
play
clean-
yet. So
Of
it
No.
was
course, it's gonna.
Obama.
Trump
that
went and
Trump is
fixed
doing
all
so
his
good.
bullshit.
And all the stuff that Obama created came from all the stuff that Obama carried on. That Trump carried on is all Trump's. From Obama is all Trump's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. My eyes are crossed now.
All the good stuff is Obama, and all the bad stuff that it also came from Obama, according to them. Also, is Trump's fault.
I'm just not understanding, like, what are we afraid of with
Yeah,
equality?
Truthout can fuck right
People
off.
that we see as inferior. Who do we see as inferior? I'm not understanding that.
Apparently,
Isn't it
according
sort
to
of ironic that
they see the. Sorry.
what they're trying to do is kind of ironic because they're still placing, a certain type of group as inferior. they keep pushing this.
I think
I
they're
don't know.
saying that they see the poor as inferior. I think that's what they're meaning.
That's kind of a stupid statement. If you see people as inferior, you would not be afraid of equality with them because you believe that you could beat them at every turn.
I see all Scottish people as inferior. Nah, fuck you, Diva Boy.
No.
Name like fucking Diva Boy, you can hardly talk, man.
No, not all Scottish people. I mean, Billy Collins is definitely not inferior, and there's all those Scottish people who had the sense to move to England.
Yeah, and the Proclaimers are pretty cool.
When you go, will you send back a letter from America? Actually, no, I do like the Proclaimers because they had to work hard to learn how to sing in a Scottish.
I used to.
Well, they're not on the go anymore, are they?
No, but you didn't see my 100 sub special, did you?
No.
Oh, honey, you missed a treat.
But I'll tell you something opinionated.
Come on, P-Dog.
I could walk 10,000 miles and then walk 10,000 miles more just to be the man who fall down at your door.
Da-da-dun-dun, da-da-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Honey Monster, we're trying to forget them.
Anyway, what does democratic socialists believe? People have the ability to run the economy and society to meet their needs. No, they don't. That's why you get the government to do it. Fucking retards. Because if you did, you would support capitalism, wouldn't you? Fucking. Why is this so different in perception? It's because Republicans aren't afraid of socialism. They're afraid of equality with people they see as inferior. And you're in favor of fucking people queuing up for food.
Someone said something to me the other day that kind of resonated. There's a difference in between social programs and socialism.
Yes.
I think it was Ginger Man that said that.
Canada falls victim to this all the
I think
time.
I'm breaking up. Back on.
Well, they've named Canada as a socialistic nation, but it's not. It has social fucking programs. We are not a socialistic society, you dumb cunts.
You're not. You're a fucking social market. That's what you are.
Exactly. And on the lining up for food thing, I will do my Bernie Sanders. Hey, why you think it's bad to line up for food? Over here, we can't line up for food. That sounds pretty great.
I
Again with the Indian accent.
I can do a better Bernie Sanders.
Chowder.
Ancient
Chowder.
Filipino.
Chowder.
I would line up for pudding. Everybody loves to line up for pudding.
Will you please stop with the Indian accent? I find it very.
But that's a Bernie
very-
Sanders in the old voice. He goes, hey, why don't you line up for food? We don't get to line up for food. We all should line up for food.
Blanco P-Dog says that that's not
You're
actually a bad
culturally
Bernie impression.
appropriating my people.
You know what, P-Dog? You wouldn't know a Bernie impression if it hit you in the face.
Blind Girl, I've actually got a recording of Bernie Sanders.
He said it's not a bad one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to
Okay, so wait, P-Dog said it was a good one?
He said it wasn't bad.
Oh, okay,
No.
well then you're awesome, P-Dog. You're the best thing ever. I love you, dude.
No,
Bernie Sanders is the only person in history to be kicked out of a hippie commune for being too lazy.
Bernie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
How
heard
is
that.
that
I heard
possible?
that he really didn't do anything at all whatsoever.
That's true.
I heard that Bernie Sanders was actually cursed by Christ to wander the earth for eternity.
Oh wow.
Anyway, the Democratic Party. President Donald Trump told El
You gotta
Paso
show me
that
your source.
the audience is becoming a party of socialism, late-term abortions, open borders, and crime. You can't really disagree, to be fair. Seems to be what they're going for.
I'm telling you, that post keeps moving and moving and moving,
And moving.
and people are going to the right more and more.
I
Yeah.
don't blame them.
Yep.
Yep.
The more media and sorry, the more social media and entertainment media moves towards the left, the more people move towards the right. You are correct.
Yeah.
He tapped into the longer edition of like demonetizing socialism precisely at the rise of his popularity with every wave of leftism throughout history. According to the
I
action
found him. I found him.
in the loop, I will not be doing that if I fucking subscribe to you while I get fucked. Cunts.
Oh, you found the no such agency.
Yeah, the National Security Agency, the NSA.
Yeah, no such agency.
Yeah.
Nonsense fucking shit association or something.
Maybe I'll take this exit and go knock on the door. Hey, I want my dick pics back.
Yeah, the US has had its free scares of right-wing campaigns to inflame the public via socialism.
You
The
know,
first came,
sorry. I thought
the
you
first came in 1917 as the Bolsheviks remade Russia into the Soviet Union. Yeah, because that worked out brilliantly, didn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, just
And you
letting
know
it
what?
go. Hello, blind
People are not
press.
afraid. People are not afraid of socialism. People are afraid of starving to death. Big difference.
Yeah, that's what socialism causes, though.
Exactly. So I'm not afraid of socialism. I'm afraid of, I don't know, starving to death, and not having shampoo, and eating bugs and
hey,
shit.
blind
That's
girl.
what I'm afraid of.
I'm not afraid of starving to death. To be perfectly frank, I'm bored with it.
I'm just not sure how many times we need to try this over and over and over again to figure out that it doesn't really work.
Well, we only have to try
never
it once
works.
because it's never been tried right.
That's what I've heard. Everybody tells me, well, it's never been tried right. I'm just like, okay, well, all right.
Yeah, blind press. Hope you're feeling a bit better now. So you were a bit sick earlier.
I just know what I've been through and what I've seen with my parents. That's the only
It's
thing.
not that they've never tried it right; they've never accomplished it.
Mm,
It sounds like a great idea, but it
Yeah, on
doesn't
paper.
work.
right.
People are fucking greedy. People are lazy.
Yeah, it goes against
It
human
won't
instinct.
work.
Hey, Maria.
Yeah.
Your mother, she wasn't a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls, was she?
I'm sorry.
Your mother, was she a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls? You know,
No.
all of them had hair of gold, like their mother.
No.
Were you the youngest one in curls?
No. I was not in the
Oh, she's not from the Brady Bloody bunch.
The Brady Bloody Bunch.
What was that supposed to insinuate?
I don't know.
Does your boyfriend have 3 boys of his own?
No.
Anyway, American workers fucking mass and anarchist mailed bombs to politicians. The government deported hundreds of suspected radicals. The second healthcare began after World War II as the US and USR fought for supremacy. As Joseph McCarthy hunted for the Reds in government and media, in the following years, following the 2008 Wall Street crash, another leftist resurgence sprang up. With a counter-reaction, we are now in the third American Red Scare.
Hey,
Republican-
sorry, go ahead.
Republicans who red-bait Democrats accuse socialism of property theft. Amnesty for criminals and tyranny. Well, that's exactly what it brings.
Mhm.
You give someone that much power, it's going to attract tyrants.
No, they've got that wrong there at the bottom.
You want to maintain onto that power. That's what happens. That's why it goes like that.
Well, that comment by Shapiro, he's got it partially wrong. He's got it right about the socialism, but capitalism is actually prostitution.
No, capitalism works.
Yeah, so does prostitution.
No, I sort of understand what you're trying to say about prostitution, because you're pretty much hoeing out society. Everybody has to pay for the weakest link. I can sort of understand that.
Yeah, and I honestly think it's the nobody left behind thing is it's much more of a capitalist thing than a socialist thing.
Yeah, it is, but there's good and bad to that.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
there's no
because
perfect system out
people
there.
have to realize their limitations.
Well, there's no perfect system.
Not
out there.
everybody's going to be perfect. Not everybody's going to be a 4.0 student. It's
No.
just not going to happen.
But everybody can be the best of, everybody can be the
Yeah.
best they can.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if socialism is fast, so are socialists stealing for conservatives. See them as taking for good, honest, hard-working Americans to give them undeserving poor. No, you want to make them poor. That's what you want to do.
Yes, socialism makes everybody equal by making everybody poverty-stricken.
Yeah, do they know that the USSR resulted in an entire genocide through famine? Yeah, but a lot of them to die the fucking, was it the Holodomor? Yeah, a lot of them to die that. The Holodomor never happened, apparently. It's probably being documented evidence of it, but probably never happened.
Maria,
Yes,
another question about your family.
sure.
Do you have an older brother called Keith, another older redhead brother called Danny,
No.
blonde brother? And do you and your family go around in like a like multicolored van performing music at different venues?
Is this just
No.
another long form dad joke?
No,
We
no,
don't.
So, Batman, how are your folks? Oh, I'm sorry.
they're on holiday.
Oh, come on, that's just grim. Yeah, I agree capitalism is more like prostitution. I would disagree because,
Oh my gosh.
well, in a way, it kind of is, but as if it's unregulated capitalism, those get the pimp on.
Well, let's face it, prostitution is nothing but trade. Capitalism functions on trade.
Yeah, it's free trade.
Yeah.
Just people offer something, you don't want it, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, you give her
prostitution
money,
doesn't
she gives you
offer
herpes.
benefit for both parties. Okay, capitalism offers benefit to both parties. Maybe not equal benefit, but there is benefiting parties on both sides.
Well,
and
there is benefits to
benefit
prostitution
from
because
that.
they get money from it.
Yeah, but at what cost, right? Like if they're trying to equate that to, a sex trade where, it's not always the best situation there, and sometimes they beat up the prostitutes a little and bang her up a little. Like capitalism, both
Yeah,
people
but if it was
benefit.
structured better, like at the bunny ranch, those girls
Yeah,
don't
there we
go
go.
beat up. They're
Yeah,
not.
but I think it's an
spreading-
analogy, though. I don't think they're looking too deep into it.
Yeah, but I mean, even
No,
in
but
that
I'm just
analogy,
saying, in any aspect of anything, as long as it's regulated properly and systems are in place to protect everybody involved, there's nothing wrong with it.
well, no,
May-
there isn't. But what I'm saying is, for prostitution in itself is a top-down scheme, right? Because
Oh, I'm not just
you've got
talking
the
about
person-
prostitution. That's
yeah,
every
but
business.
I'm directly referring to prostitution as an analogy. So prostitution
yeah,
as an analogy, it's
Yeah.
a top-down system. You've got
It
either
sure
your
is.
pimps or your prostitute managers or whatever the fuck, and they
Or a madam.
exchange sex, and the woman gets paid, but then she has to give a cut to somebody. That's how a prostitute usually works. If they're self-employed, fine, but
You're a self-
somebody is setting the
you're a
value of
subcontract.
that.
Yeah, but I think you're looking too
Well,
deep into it. Related.
You're providing a
it's-
service.
Yeah, and I mean, prostitution in its free form would be capitalism, but prostitution under, like socialism would like making
controlled-
capitalism equating
Like
to
a hoe and a
prostitution would
pimp.
it would insist that you're whoring yourself out for a little bit of money, which isn't always the case.
What I
I'm-
think it is someone's offering a service for money, you don't have to pay for it if you don't want to, basically.
Yeah.
May I say something?
Cool.
This may be an unpopular belief. I've been into a few debates about this, but some people, including myself, are starting to believe that if we do legalize prostitution, that perhaps those all those resources that we use on that could be better served for child trafficking, pedophiles, the things that go on with kids as far as child prostitution.
Agreed.
Just
Yeah.
many things, because
Yeah, I think prostitution should be legal as well.
Yeah, like you just said in the chat,
And regulated.
legalized prostitution is better for everyone. It's better for the women who are practicing
oh
it,
yeah,
it's
safe,
better
Nope,
for
it is.
people who are using it.
you're regularly tested. You're provided
Nope,
with things.
Like I said, at the bunny ranch. They're
Well,
protected,
and see,
they're
now we got to get into
tested, They
specifics,
get
though.
great health care.
And it's out in the open as well. So if any like rape or beating or whatever happens, it's out in the open.
Yeah, but I
It's more
mean,
likely to know
you've
about
got
it than if it was
to,
underground.
you've got to make a distinction. However, are you calling for all prostitution to be legal, or are you calling for brothels to be legal? Because there's a distinct difference.
Well, that's
No,
when
because a
you
lot of
get
brothels
into
are
regulation.
unconsensual.
You could go independent. Yeah,
A lot of
that's
people
right.
are groomed
That's
and
when
then
you start
put in
talking
there.
about regulations. You
Yeah.
can't just open
Exactly.
a bar
So, like, we need a
without
distinction here.
license.
Are you pro legal
Oh
prostitution
god, these
with
jets. Sorry.
regulations? Are you pro just letting sex whatever for exchange of money? Are you pro brothel? Like, you got to make a distinction here.
I'm saying I'm pro consensual stuff. So
Yeah.
as long as it's like not like a grooming house or whatever, like because some of the people in brothels are groomed and to be in there, right? So I'd be
Yes.
against that.
It
So if
should.
they want to live in the brothel themselves freely, then I would be okay with that.
Best way to do it would be broad legalization of prostitution. That way, it can be regulated and ensured that it's safe for everybody involved.
But would we then invoke the consequences that come with that?
But what are those consequences?
it back.
For example, those people that are not running legal regulated prostitution rings and they're essentially pimping out hosts because they got some dirt on them, where you find sex slave rings, etc., etc. If you legalize prostitution without regulation, or you even incentivize prostitution, do you not have to combat the consequences that come with it?
Well,
and
of
is
course.
it actually, in fact, worth it?
Then that happens anyway.
Yeah. I mean, people who are like you just stated, involuntary prostitutes, that's illegal anyway.
Yeah.
The minute you legalize prostitution, the minute it starts
Yeah,
to become
but they
less
would have
taboo,
that
and the women.
smokescreen cover of legal prostitution to be able to hide it better.
I'm just reading
So
what
you're
Blind
still
Press is saying in
invoking
the
consequences.
And that goes along with anything. Not just prostitution. People do that with everything. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
greed. That's people. But if you regulate it, the majority of the people doing it will be better off.
Yeah, if it's regulated, it's going to be actually hard.
Legalized and regulated. Just like they did with alcohol, just like they were trying to do with marijuana. Just
Yeah, if it's
let
if
them
it's
do
reg-
what the fuck
like
they
Bill,
want to do.
if it's regulated, it's harder for people who are forcing people into it to hide.
No, it's not actually. You can use it as a smokescreen to look like you're running a legit business. But
How
not,
many
and
illegal
it'll be
bars
hard-
do you know of?
Huh?
How many illegal bars do you know of? How many illegal
Well,
gas stations do you know of? How many illegal cigarette stores do you know of?
well, I feel like cigarette stores
Those
and
are all
gas stations
regulated
are a
and we're
little
allowed to go
different
to those
than
places. So there is no reason for an illegal place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Understand what I'm trying to say?
establishments are a little different than legalizing prostitution, hoping everybody follows regulations. It could very well be a smokescreen where it looks good on the books, but there's
The
shit
thing
behind the
is-
scenes to get away with.
The thing
And
is,
it could actually
Again,
invoke more
that
of
goes
that.
along. Anybody could do that. I
Yeah.
know party stores that sell more drugs than the dude on the corner, and they have a very successful fucking party store.
yeah, the thing is, if it's regulated, that especially something like prostitution, you're going to have inspectors around every so often, even the girls on the street. Yeah, partially to see that they're being, that they're okay, partially to see that they keep up the health standards, and partially to see that they're that they're
Exactly.
within the codes. That would make it harder for somebody to force people into prostitution.
Anyway, let's move on from this.
Yeah, my last quote on that is, I'm pro brothel, not pro prostitution willy-nilly.
Oh, Willie's
Yeah, but the
got a
thing
lot to do with prostitution.
Someone flip that.
Yeah, but you can also say like there's a lot of like
Live.
in brothels. There's a lot of people in brothels that are forced in there. So
But there's regulations to not do that. I mean, if there's regulations, that's a fix-all, right?
let's go into something funny.
Forced.
Socialism doesn't work. Capitalism does. Let's move on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah,
Oh yeah, I gotta make my drink. Fuck me.
no, we're not fishing, guy.
Ouch.
Who has the dog in the background?
Scotty.
Only me.
At least it's not seagulls.
Here in a few
I wanna
weeks,
go to
Scotty, I'll
bed.
have seagulls of my own. We'll see if they'll talk to each other.
Just throw a piece of bread out there. You'll
Yeah.
get a good flock.
The
what do
problem
you-
is the American seagulls can't understand what the Scottish seagulls are saying.
the thing is,
Fucking-
if Scotty lived in Edinburgh, he'd realise that the seagulls there are posh. They fly upside down.
Anyway, Tinder Singleton shows off massive feet by comparing them to bottle of iron brew.
Oh, shit. Here.
He describes himself as a swimsuit model and picks some very unusual photos. A bit to find a woman of his dream as well. How fucking Scottish is that, man?
Aye.
Yeah, look at me, I've got big feet that are as big as a fucking 2-litre iron brew bottle.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, bigger the sock, bigger the cock, but still, I mean,
No, they got rid of the old
Oh, no.
creator studio. How do I make a live stream?
I managed to get it back.
Yeah, you can still use the old one.
I was using the old one. It was set to always use the old one, but now it's disappeared, and I don't know how to get back. Guys, I don't know how to set the live stream.
I've never heard anyone so enthusiastic to make a stream before.
Oh
have.
God, why? No.
If you just Google iron brew news. No, I just
Hold on, blind girl. I'll go look at it.
Thank you.
Blind girl, why do you always sound so cute?
Because it's just. This is like life-crushing changes. Don't do this to me, YouTube. Why?
Yeah, so yeah, he has big feet, and he wants to show off the fact he has big feet.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, this just sounds like he's into feet. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he's hoping he finds a girlfriend who's into feet. I don't know.
Hey, yeah, he's got really big feet. What if he's posting a picture of his feet because he's only 4 foot tall?
It's an act. Former Highlands MSP suggests English is not the proper language of Scotland. I mean,
I don't
maybe it's
it?
historically, but
Blind girl, on the
Yeah.
left-hand side, all the icons go to the very last one where it says
Okay.
other features. A little window will pop up and it'll say until this is done being built, there will be a whole list of stuff. The second one on that list is live streams. Click that and it should take you back to the original.
Thank you.
Not
Mr.
doing
Thompson
that much
made the
fun.
remark, despite being the new chairman of the Inclusive Campaign for Independence. Wait, Scots speak English. Is that what that is? Well, technically, yes. Officially,
Well, vaguely.
I mean, it's very much bastardized English.
Quebec is bastardized French, so you're good.
Ken, I mean, P dog. The laughter from the former MSP introduced himself in Gaelic and Scots to the SNP conference. The laughter from delegates, he then added apologies to those who do not have the 2 proper languages of Scotland. So he basically just mocked them and then said, and then continued, and then just said it in English. Okay. Fair enough, mate.
Does that say shouty men?
Huh?
The group said it wanted to be a safe space for people to debate independence free from shouty men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Welcome to Scotland.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
shouty men.
I've heard that.
That's
used
like
before.
something a 5-year-old would say.
I don't
Last
wanna-
week,
I don't
Mr.
want
Tom,
to be around shouty men.
I sort of understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, I get, yeah,
A
but
lot of the critics, like the mid-cows, they get real fucking loud, and I hate to be that guy, but
I don't. It's just a fucking excuse to try and tar men, isn't it? Again, that's all that is.
I know I hate that. Not every guy is a fucking asshole.
Well,
I
this Mr. Thompson, is he SNP?
Yeah, he used to. He used to be.
Well, maybe he's arguing that the proper language for Scotland is Arabic.
So they're fucking. He's saying that the proper language of Scotland is Scots and Gaelic. Literally, only like 1% of the country speaks Gaelic, and like
Unlike Wales, where they basically reconstructed Welsh.
and the fucking Scots isn't even. Some people don't even class Scots as a language because it's like 70%. It's like 80% English, basically.
Sorry about that. A phone call.
Well, really,
Not speak too much English.
really speaking, the Scots language is just a dialect of Irish.
Well, no, I'm on about Gaelic. I'm on about Scots itself, which is different from Gaelic.
I love all of it. I think it's really, really fascinating.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah,
It is a Scots-
I love language. There's something to be like appreciated about it. You
I
know,
like how it is. It's evolved across the world. You can follow it.
Yeah, like American English, British English, Australian English.
Yeah, last week, Mr. Thompson, who represented Skye and Loch Harbour and Bannock, was voices for Scotland in the hope of increasing independence support. Well, you did a fucking good job with that, man, aren't you? Yep. The group said it wanted to be a safe space for people who can debate independence free from shouty men and wanted to win over no voter through the art of calm conversation. Yeah, so you're just going to tar the ones that speak English then, which is 99% of the country, technically. Brilliant on that, yeah.
Yep.
Well done, sir. Let's just tar 99% of the country. Brilliant.
Yeah, most of the people who actually speak Scots are people who went to university to study it.
Thing is, I can understand like most Scots anyway.
Yeah.
Most native English speakers can't. That's the thing. It's not that much different. A Tory spokesperson said, to use a word that every Scot would understand, Mr. Thompson appears to have made a bit of a fool of himself. He also risks insulting thousands of voters. Yes, he does.
Don't think he's risking anything there.
I'm going to read one of the articles that Maria sent me.
Guys, I'm going to go to bed because I'm falling asleep.
All
Right.
right.
Boring you that much, are we?
Pardon?
I want to be in
good night,
bed before
Brett.
Good
Night,
night,
sweethearts.
Brit.
Good
Are we
night,
boring you, are we?
guys.
Brit,
No, just you.
Nah,
Good
Brit.
night, guys.
Right.
just to make you feel
I love you,
better,
Scotty.
just to make you feel better. Any strange sounds you hear outside, that's just the wind. It's not somebody trying to break into your house and murder you in your sleep.
Yeah, Scotsman is the perfect sleep aid. My damn kids are making me.
That's okay. It's okay because I've got a huge knife
Yeah.
hidden in my
Oh,
bedroom.
that's
So
okay.
you do come in. Don't blame me. What's going to
You
happen?
don't have to check on
See you
me.
later.
Good night.
Oh, no. Yeah, my damn kids are making me into a shouty mummy, and I have no voice.
Yeah, these.
Anyway, people were born before 1989 may need another measles vaccine.
Yeah.
Been there,
You
done
were-
that.
You were born, you were born before 1989.
Yes, 1986.
84.
64.
1996.
1964 to be exact.
Yeah, you're 32 years older than me. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'm 20 years older than Maria. I just met a girl called Maria. I bet you get sick of that, don't you?
Yeah, the US is in the middle of its worst outbreak since the outbreak of measles. It's a disease was
It's an
eradicated from the
epidemic.
country in 2000.
They're refusing to call it that, but it is. It's becoming an epidemic.
And that's what happens when you bring people in and don't check who you're bringing in. Isn't it?
Yeah. And then you get stupid ass people on Facebook listening to like these, I don't know,
The woo doctor.
voodoo doctors.
Oh no, it's not a big deal. It won't
Here's
hurt
some
you.
essential oils. That'll cure it. Put a potato
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Just wave this crystal in front of your child and he'll be okay.
But while the majority of victims are children whose parents decided not to vaccinate them, or people who have chosen to go unvaccinated, some people who got measles vaccine as children might still be at risk depending on their age. Earlier this month, an Israeli public health official reported that a 43-year-old Israeli woman had fallen into a deep coma as a result of measles infection, a rare complication of the viral flu-like disease. No, they don't. No, they don't. To what blind press?
Vaccines having mercury.
Yeah, that's what they believe, though. Israel is currently struggling with its own outbreaks of measles, and like the one in the US, it's largely due to the transmission of pockets of unvaccinated people. But the woman herself was vaccinated, although not to the same degree as many people are now. So I assume that's why the people born before 1989 have to get the vaccine, then, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, get vaccinated, people.
Yep.
Yeah.
That vaccination is the reason why in the West we no longer suffer from polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, or even big pox.
We've eradicated smallpox.
Yep.
I mean, allegedly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're all starting to make a comeback, and it's not just because of the anti-vaxxers; it's because of a certain group of people who are flooding into Europe and the UK.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not going to say it here because we don't want to demonetize the stream.
Damn Canadians.
Well, we're only 115 subs. We're not going to get monetized for a while, but
Those darn Mondays. Nobody likes Mondays.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just kidding.
1989 was the first wave of anti-vaxxers. That's why the kid who gave me measles wasn't vaccinated. Yeah, that's how you went blind, isn't it? Yeah, fucking. Anyway, fucking chilling time. Chadwick.
The shit show Friday, Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. Friday, I think I'm gonna be interviewing. Well, not really interviewing, but having a chat with Math Queen.
Very
That should be
cool.
fun. That should be fun.
Kiva. Anything to the show?
No, nope. Just thank you for having me on. Seriously.
No problem. Chucker.
Pumpkin Trucker Channel, almost daily dash cams. Starting up next week with the dash cams. I'm on vacation this week, so yeah.
Yeah, you also got your 100 sub special coming up this week, do you not?
Yes, I do. I am actually looking at possibly Thursday. I haven't figured out a time for it yet, but Thursday.
Batman.
Yeah, I've got GoFundMe going to help me through my transition. You see, I'm a trans multi-billionaire, and I need about $4 billion to complete my transition.
Well, you're transforming into an actual superhero, are you?
No, just a multi-billionaire.
Is Batman not already rich, though?
There's probably 4 or 5 out there, if not more. No, I've got nothing to at the moment.
Good night, honey mustard.
Good night, honey monster. Don't forget to tell him about the hunt.
Honey monster.
Anyway, any questions from the chat for the last little minute or so?
What is the longest river in the world?
The Amazon.
Correct. And see, I made Honey Monster laugh. Used to be my favorite advert character once over.
Oh, yeah. You know, Sugar Puffs don't even exist anymore.
This is true. But the honey monster lives on.
Yeah, it's just like the
When
wheat
the
puffs
hell
or
did they
something,
rebuild this bridge?
I think wheat puffs or something there, apparently.
Hey, you know, I've noticed something. Little girls are made of sugar and spice, right? Basically, that means little girls give you diabetes and cancers.
Anyway, blind drucking is in an hour.
I heard that graham crackers were invented so boys would stop masturbating so much.
And there was a blind drucking.
Actually, that was cornflakes.
And cornflakes.
Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Next
On
one
that
will be at the
note-
same time tomorrow. All hail Blue Whale, don't piss in the shower
Yeah.
down.